This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production. This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to, I guess, Press Pass Live. I don't know if it's technically a Press Pass Live since we're just kind of playing around. I just needed to test some things for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's the live OMFL Season 96 Draft, which is kind of crazy to think about, that we are almost to Season 100, which we should hit in Madden 22 on the, hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully on the new console. And so I'm just watching some Pelicans. Figured I would let this go for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, talk a little draft. Let's see how things test out. My internet isn't playing super nice tonight, but so far so good. So let's get over here and let's look at some drafts so far. Let's give some predictions. So we're 2 picks into the Paul's draft, and already some interesting things are happening. I have not seen any details, so I haven't seen but one of these guys that was drafted, and that was the 49ers. He drafted a stud, Damon Green, with the first pick in OMFL season 96 draft. He's fast. He's got decent coverage skills. I think I've seen his zone was like 71, but his man's 77, but he's got like 97 speed, if I'm not mistaken. He's a hidden dev, so it's going to be great. What's up, Win? Good to see you, bud. We're just testing some things out. Tomorrow night, though. Tomorrow night's the draft. I feel like I got something on my face. Probably my wife's hair, no telling. So 0-0 and the 49ers take cornerback Damian Green. He's going to be a lockdown. I'm just interested to see what this team does. 2 seasons ago, he drafts what should be a franchise quarterback. It hasn't quite worked out for him the way that he had hoped. Now he's got a shutdown cornerback that he can plop on this team and leave there for a while. So let's see if he can make that work. And then Outlaw and the Bills go right in Tyron Withrop. An interesting pick for me. A team that has a lot of needs. Now, look, he's got his quarterback. He's got a stud receiver. I don't know where he is at running back, but I know this is high in the draft for an offensive line. Maybe you trade down, grab some other assets, and just go down 5 picks or so and pick up some offensive line. But he decided to go defensive end. I know he's got his import defensive end that he had from Madden 20. So he's building together a pretty good defense, which is where Outlaw has played the best. When he builds a really, really, I'll give you that one. I have no clue why Stream Elements is posting random tweets in my chat. That's weird, Stream Elements. You shouldn't do that. He's putting together good defense, but a team that needs to score some points. I think he was last in points last year. We can look it up real quick, but his team just struggled with points. Let's see. Offense. Oh, no. So he was 6th to last. He had a pretty good passing team, about midway, but last in rushing offense. I don't know how you go, defensive player there. Let's look at his defense real quick. So he wasn't at the bottom or the top. He's going to be in the bottom half, but the upper portion of that. About middle of the pack in passing. Bottom half in rushing, so I don't know. We'll see. Looking at sacks from his team, he's middle of the pack. Interceptions, he could have took a cornerback because there's another really good cornerback in this one. And yeah, you're bottom half in the league in interceptions, so maybe a cornerback to me fits a little bit better. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Looks like my Pelicans are going to lose again. They can't seem to get it together. It's a frustrating team. A lot of talent, but they cannot seem to put together any victories. Let's look. Here we go. Winthrop. So a normal dev, which who cares? It's the last season. 78 overall is not too bad. 81 finesse move, pretty good. 85 speed, 91 acceleration, 84 strength. So a good, well-rounded player, but his ceiling is not very tall, right? Like it's going to be a pretty low ceiling for the Buffalo Bills. I know the Raiders are going to be picking here in a little bit. Hopefully Ross can pick tonight. Smash might be able to pick tonight. And then I think that's where we might hit a roadblock somewhere in there. And then hopefully tomorrow to pick up before the live draft gets here. I was hoping starting the draft at 6:30 tonight would get it going, but that clearly didn't help at all. Let's just look at a couple players here. Again, we're just testing some things out. I want to test out some new settings and see how things look and sound, make sure we're ready to go for tomorrow. So, Win, thanks for hanging out with me. It's super impromptu. Some pretty decent quarterbacks in this draft, but I don't know who's looking for a quarterback. I mean, we're at that point in the franchise where if you needed a quarterback, you went out and got one by now. And so I think somebody's going to get them a really good quarterback that's going to fall to them. Maybe it's going to be one of these teams in the middle to lower half of the first round, maybe even fall into the second round. I mean, I doubt it. This guy's a pretty good player here. That needs a quarterback for an import, and so maybe they're willing to sacrifice and bring in their import. Why are we laughing at the Rams, Ross? What'd the Rams do? Kai Davis, Xavier Hazelton. These are two shutdown cornerbacks. These are like day one starters. I don't love Xavier's height at 5'9", but he's really fast. He can cover. I love that man coverage. I think Kai ran a faster 40, 4.43. So they ran the same, but in the, what would it be, the 3 cone? No, the 20-yard shuttle. 4.19. I think it's 4.1. So yeah, I like Kai there. Really, Ross? How the hell did that happen? That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't realize that, Ross, so thanks for pointing that out. These guys are easy to talk about. I think Luke McBath, again, anytime you see these red diamonds, no, I don't either one of us. I don't like I'm little receivers, maybe, but hate little receivers and definitely hate little cornerbacks. So kind of stay away from those guys. Anytime you see these red diamonds, right? You want to stay away from those guys, and the green diamonds. You want to take a good hard look, and I think here, right, when we start getting to 17, Sean Harbor, this guy is 6'02" out of TCU, ran a 4.5 40, so he's a little slow. You might be able to move him. I think he'll still be in 90. That's fine. He did everything else tremendously well. Maybe even move him to safety. That'll be a guy that you see plummet in the OMFL draft just because the guys don't want to do it. Darren Mitchell, here's a guy that skipped the combine, and so you don't know what you're getting in this guy. But 6'2", 253, run stopper out of TCU. You're taking a chance because you don't know how fast or how slow he's going to be. But he's got all the other measurables, and it'll be, I think that guy you're going to see fall because guys here are pretty scared about picking a run-stopping middle linebacker. But again, in a 4-3, maybe moving him to right outside linebacker, maybe you put him as a second middle linebacker in a 3-4. I think he would be just fine. I didn't really look at the wide receivers this draft, and we're still kind of putting together our kind of draft spreadsheet. So I don't have a whole lot to say about wide receivers. I know this draft is really deep, very top heavy in cornerback, and then everything else is kind of a mixed bag. I think you're going to see some offensive linemen that guys push themselves to pick because they need one, and you're going to see some guys make some really terrible picks. Jerome Rhodes, this is a guy I really like a lot here. You can see all the measurables from a combine. 5'11", you don't love the 5'11", but 226, a speed rusher out of USC. Put him at left or right outside linebacker in a 3-4 and watch that guy shine. A 4.59 40, but first and everything else, 22 in the bench press. I'll take that every single day. What's up, Outlaw? I was just talking about your defensive end. I got to admit, I didn't like that pick for you. I thought that you could have went cornerback there and been better off. I don't know your team, of course, like the back of my hand or nothing, but I know that you have the import defensive end. We're pretty late in the season. You took a normal guy. He does have a high floor. He also has a low ceiling, and so I don't know how much you're going to get out of him. Matt Zimmerman, I don't love that he's 301 for like a 4.3, a 3.4, but in a 4.3, this guy would be a monster. 6'2", 4.77 40 for a 301-pound defensive tackle, a 4.71 20 shuffle, a 7.3, like just off the charts, right? This guy's going to be a stud. He is kind of like that Aaron Donald type player. I don't know, maybe Aaron's a little bit bigger than him, but this guy can run. He can get after the quarterback, and should be fun to see who can pick him up. Somebody's going to get a really good tight end. Lance Jordan, I think it's going to be a really good one. But, man, these cornerbacks. We just got to look at the cornerbacks real quick. I mean, the top 6 guys left. That's what the top guy going. All have first-round grades. Now, when you get to JoJo, Daniel, right, these are some possible misses, especially with JoJo. I mean, you're probably going to see him plummet in our draft. But, I mean, 7'2", 7'1", 6'9" in their combine skills here. I mean, I like all these guys. Don't love Xavier's height, like we talked about, but give me a Darrell Bullard anytime, like any day of the week. You're going to see a lot of cornerbacks come off of the top here. And I think what that's going to do is it's going to force some really good players down on people's boards. I think you have some athletic safeties, but a lot of guys that could get you in trouble, right? Somebody's going to pick one of these dudes. You know, Dylan Barwin. There's nobody that sneaks away here. Is he somebody that we see go in the upper portion of this first round, middle portion of this first round? Is it going to be Ronnie Brinkley? Because of his 40 time, he's probably going to go first. But this guy's a thumper. Give me a Dylan Barwin any day. I know, like a Dwayne, right, would put him in the Cowboys, stick him at strong safety, and just be done with it. Junior Man had a pretty decent combine. Again, love those bench presses. He's going to be strong, probably going to be a thumper, has that high hit power. He's going to be a good player. But guys here love the speed, right? They want to see the speed. And I think the speed guys in here are these top portions. Yeah, and you're going to get yourself in trouble there. When you have a red 6 next to your name, that's not going to be good. Ross, give me some of yours. I know that you said on Twitter you were tweeting out some of the ones that you thought were going to go. I just glanced at them. I didn't get to really read them. Give me some of yours, Ross. Did the first 2 go the way that you seen them going? Elton Spencer, good player, man. Not super fast, but put him in a right outside linebacker in a 3-4 at 266. Yeah, give me that dude. Did 30 in the bench press. Most offensive linemen in this draft don't have 30 in the bench press. I'm trying to think of some of these other guys that, again, I didn't do a ton of offense. You know, somewhere Brady is licking his chops over a guy like this, 5'8", 209 out of TCU, ran a 4.46 40, but did 19 in the bench press, which is not too bad. A 4.16 in the 20, so he's going to be fast. He's going to be very, very quick. He's athletic. This is going to be a really good player, and we've seen some of the immediate impact rookies are usually at the running back position. And when we've seen what Mo did, he goes out and drafts him an amazing running back, comes back, and just dominates, and probably should have get into another bowl. Oh, really? So you thought San Francisco was going to go linebacker, and then let's see, defensive end from Auburn. Oh yeah, Deshaun Palmer. 6'6", 285, 21. It's not going to be super fast, but he's a big guy. So he's, going to be like a rushing defensive end on a 4.3. Did 35 in the bench press. Heck yeah. Did a 4.44 20-yard shuffle. Defensive end from Mississippi State. Let's go look. Right here, Mac Garland. What a name, too. First in 40-yard dash, first in vertical, first in broad jump, first in 3-cone, second in 20-yard shuffle. Oh, and then 31st in the bench press. So, in my opinion, he's probably a stand-up outside linebacker in a 3-4. Speed rusher. So, yeah, I would stand him up, put him in a 3-4, and let that guy go eat. I don't know if Smash is still running. I don't know if he's still running a 3-4. Yeah, you might be right, Win. It just depends on, that block shed's going to be pretty high. And so maybe that's why he got the pass rushing. I think somebody's going to take, this is a player you're going to see fall, but somebody's going to take a chance on some of these guys. Shez Yancey, what a name. Some good middle linebackers. I know that these red dots would probably argue that, but I do think you're going to see somebody, because a lot of guys will use a middle linebacker here, and so I think you'll see some good middle linebackers going. Tyler Hunter, I like this kid, a late first-round talent, a 6'4", 248 speed rusher. So a lot like the guy that we were talking about with Palmer, ran a 4.65 40, did 20 on the bench press. Again, a stand-up outside linebacker, I think. You cannot, Ross. That's funny, though. Maybe. Depends on how nice you are. How about fullback? Now, here's a position that nobody... I've got to admit, even last season, I started to play with the idea of, what if you don't run a lot of fullback sets? Just because the league as a whole, at least the dominant guys I find, are going to that 2 tight end set. But I still love a good fullback, and all these guys got pretty decent ratings. This guy right here, Joe Widener, 4.91 40, 26 in the bench press from Memphis, 257. Going to be a good lead blocker. He's going to be a good player that's going to go to somebody. It'll be interesting to see who takes the number 1 playmaker, right? I didn't scout these guys, but my assumption is that looking at some of these grades, right, this guy's probably going to be a stud, 6'5". Oh, he's slow in the 40, a 4.45. He's probably going to be in that 88 to 90 range. That's probably going to scare some people away, but man, he's got all the other intangibles. Ooh. There's a guy that's not going to get drafted. Yeah, he might get drafted then. I mean, look, he's 4.42 is going to be fast enough. He's 6 foot. I don't love that, but I mean, it's plenty big enough, I suppose. It's just nothing jumps out to you. So that's the thing about Boone, is that nothing is that impressive. And I think you're going to find a player that, depending on what team he goes to, may struggle to even, get a sniff for awards and such. What do we think about Zach Rush? Especially you, Ross. I know having Alabama fan. I figured when I seen this guy, I was like, oh, Ross has got to be licking his chops. I mean, he's going to be quick. He's going to be fast. He's going to have nice throwing power, nice throwing on the run. I'm wondering what those accuracies are going to look like, especially being a 4th rounder. But he might be a fun quarterback to have. I think these are going to have a lot of backup quarterbacks. Which Bloop, I see that you're in here. That's funny. I made the deal because I feel like there's a lot of backup quarterbacks here that can play. I could be totally wrong on that, and I'm also taking a massive chance that that I don't get a big injury. We're going to go for probably another 10 minutes or so here, guys. So thanks for hanging out with me. Honestly, it's just impromptu. I had to have my setup set up for tomorrow because of work. And so I was like, let me test out some new settings. What do you want to look at? What are you guys looking at in the draft? What else can we kind of look at? I wanted to look at my spreadsheet, but I don't want to mess with the computer right now. Again, bad draft for offensive linemen, which if you're me and you let Armstead walk, that sucks, because I thought that I was going to get an offensive lineman, and now I'm starting to really worry that there's not a whole lot of good ones. And this guy got a late first rounder, did 35 in the bench press, kind of off the charts everywhere else though. 6'4" out of Ohio State, 318. I think all offensive linemen, that's my one complaint about Madden drafts, is the offensive lineman always gets like a bad low, they're usually like a stud is in like the 80s. And there goes the internet. So I don't know. Hopefully you guys can hear me, but it looks like I'm dropping frames because my stupid internet. Hopefully that doesn't do that tomorrow, because we need to be strong tomorrow. But we've had a lot of bad storms. We've had a lot of bad weather, and I'm worried that's what's causing the internet issues. No, and now it's trying to come back. It's crazy. Stupid internet. It's not like you don't, pay an arm and a leg for this stuff. Well, hopefully we come back and I don't have to end the show here a little early. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't even know if you guys can even hear me. I'm guessing that you can, and just I'm all skippy right now. And now it's back. Stupid internet drives me insane. I think this is actually a pretty good defensive. Oh no, there's no Burrow to the Saints, Ross. That's not going to happen. I mean, I got to have a quarterback for imports, and so McCarthy's going to be my guy. He's already highly ranked. Burrow would have been fun, but just because I'm an LSU fan, that's about it. I don't know that it probably would have even been a step down from my guy. So there's zero chance that he is. I haven't even DM'd him at all. I do think this is a pretty decent draft for defensive line. Bloop, I'm interested to hear why you don't like it. I think that there's some good impact players. Now, again, as I said with Outlaw, I would not have taken the guy that Outlaw took at all. I think there are better players than that. But I do think that there are some good defensive line out there. So this is my guy McCarthy for Winovus that's hanging out with me. Yeah, there's no reason to trade this guy for Burrow. That would be probably a step down is my assumption. Let's go look at Burrow. Yeah, he's got him beat in throwing power, short accuracy. I think he's got me on deep. He's got me on speed. I mean, look, it would have been fun to have Burrow, but I gotta have an import, man. My Saints are not in what you would call a good place, and so I gotta have a quarterback. That's fair about the depth, but have any of these drafts ever had any depth at all? I mean, I guess that's the ultimate question. Is I don't know that they've ever had any depth. How about another thought? Bye, Trinity. I was hoping that I don't know if anybody can give me an update. I know that J Bows. I guess I can give myself an update. Let's see. J Bows said, "Oh, make my pick here shortly." That was an hour ago, so I don't know how short shortly is for him, but clearly it's not as short as ours. Let's see. Yeah, Win, it's the one thing I hope they change. I posted that video today from Eric, just talking about his thoughts, which I want to start doing more of. I want to start doing more Madden and PUBG content. life is so stupid busy for me right now, but I do hope by the time we get to the summer, I'll be able to make some more Madden and content like that. But he talked about the draft boards and that they say that they're going to be working on those drafts and trying to produce better drafts. So one could hope. Yeah, that's fair too, Blue. Last draft, I did not do well. I had a good draft, the drafts before, but last draft was all normal dev guys, and I went very linebacker heavy, and it did not work out for me at all. Black was my best player, and he's a normal dev. I think I got him in the second round. But you can see, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think I got this kid in like the 5th or 6th round. He played good for me. But Moss, which was like a 3rd rounder or something, couldn't get on the field. My 2nd round pick was Bass. I couldn't even find a space for him. I couldn't even get him on the field. He just was not a good player. That was a total bust pick for me. I think I picked him. Yeah, you're right. Tim probably did go to bed a long time ago. Yeah, Bass was a complete whiff and a miss for me. But I've had a good, run at drafting defensive linemen. Burton was year 1 season, whatever it was, year 1's draft, like after we played the year 1 season, my 1st round pick. Stevenson was 2 years ago. I've been able to build him up even as a normal dev defensive tackle. He's going to get pushed this offseason, though, because I did bring in another guy. Dralton's is another guy that I've been able to build up. Redding, I just got, I think, 2 seasons ago. Ross, I completely agree with you. The player movement on Madden 21 PS5 gives me tremendous hope for the future. So let's hope they don't jack that up. And it's a new system, so hopefully they can do better things. Fingers crossed. Who knows if they can or if they can't. Are you guys Bill? I have hope. I have hope that it does. Ross, are you willing to say where you're going? You want to give us a hint? Let's look at the Raiders real quick. Let's look at these couple picks here. So we got Raiders at 3, Dolphins at 4, Chicago at 5, Eagles at 6. Let's see if we can look at these couple teams here and see where we think they're going. See if we can figure this out real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. So he's got Jared Goff over here, which I would definitely think about upgrading if I were him, but I mean, it's probably too late to do that now. You got Josh Jacobs. That's funny, Blue. And you got Ruggs and Edwards. I mean, you're good at receiver. You're good at tight end. An offensive line needs some help, but you can't go offensive line this high in the draft. And again, that's just my opinion. If you're going to take offensive linemen, you got to get out of the top 5. You got to get some more assets. That's where he needs the biggest need there. Fletcher Cox, Crosby. That dude, is that just me, or that's a scary looking dude? We could go defensive tackle. I don't know what he's running. He could definitely use a defensive tackle. His linebackers are okay. I mean, nothing to get excited about. Yeah, he could definitely use a cornerback. But I mean, are those cornerbacks going to be better than, some of these dudes that have speed, Flower and Johnson? For one season? He needs offensive line. I know defensive tackle. He drafted this guy last year. He was a good player. His safeties are really good. I know defensive tackle at 3 is not sexy, but I got to take him. Yeah, I'm with you, Ross. I got to take that. I got to take that guy. Defensive tackle, if this were, if we had 2 more seasons, you definitely go cornerback here. If you had 3 more seasons, I go quarterback. But, I got to take this defensive tackle. Especially if you're running a 4-3. Yeah, I don't know if I can take a center, though, win at 3. That's a tough... I don't know. That's a tough ask for me. I guess one could argue so would be defensive tackle. So clearly our boy Ross does not need a running back or a quarterback. I don't even know why I stopped on fullback. Receivers, you have a really good set of receivers here. John Stockton, he's passing, assist, and running past people. I like the left side outside of the left tackle. That left guard and center studs. Hunt is fine. I worry about these 2 ends, but I don't see you, Ross, going. I don't see you going offensive line at all. Wilkins is fine. Clark fine. Payne fine. Yeah, you got a great defensive line. McMillan's great. Wow. Good job with these middle linebackers. You don't need a linebacker. I know you would probably disagree, but I don't think you need a cornerback. You got some players here. These guys can play. They can run. They can cover. Are you playing Akapi? Probably messing his name up. I don't care. I probably would over him. Giving up some zone and some catch, but you're gaining the speed by a lot. You could go safety. I don't know where you're going to go. Yeah, I don't know where you're going to go. You're an interesting team up here without a lot of holes. For whatever reason, last season just didn't work out for you. I don't know if just life made you step back. As much as it pains me, I would go offensive line. I would have to give a hard look at Dalton Lindsay there. If you can trade down, perfect. But if not, I'd grab Dalton Lindsay, I'd plug and play him, and just keep on moving and not even worry about where you drafted him, and just think about your team as a whole, because what your team as a whole needs is offensive line. You've got everything else. I would grab this dude and just call it a day. He's got the speed, the acceleration, the agility. He's got everything that you need to keep yourself upright. Let's look at Chicago real quick. I know the Rams are sitting back praying that quarterback falls. Yeah, he went Jordan Love several seasons ago. I still don't love Jordan. To me, he's got a lot of work left to go. He's got Bramble, who's a stud. He's got some stupid receivers. Reese and Faulkner. But if we know Smash, he'll probably draft another receiver. He's fine at tight end. Interior on that left is good. This is not that great. I mean, for a running team, but pass protection, not good at the guard. I don't like this guy just because of his speed. I'd bump him inside. What's his strength? 84. I'd bump him inside. I would not put a 59 speed right tackle out there. So, yeah, he needs offensive line as well. What are you talking about, Blue? If you had your choice of what? Defense he's been rebuilding for a while. I mean, could use a defensive end. I'm assuming he's running a 3-4. He could probably use a linebacker. I know this guy's athletic, but maybe not. Maybe not. He could definitely use a defensive end, a left end. Ooh. Sorry, Kyle. You'd have to go. He could go cornerback. I see him going cornerback or defensive end. Oh, I'll go look at your team before I call it a night. If I am the Bears, I'm hoping, I'm taking, Davis if he falls, especially at 4. If not, I'm looking at Palmer, right? I mean, in a 3-4 285 is pretty light in the tail. Maybe Zimmerman falls. If Zimmerman falls, bump that dude out to left end and call it a day. If Miami passes on Zimmerman. Let's look at the Eagles real quick. Well, let's look at Bloop's team real fast. That's not what I wanted. Well, where are you picking? Yeah, you're right. 5 and 8. He is sitting nice. I would take a quarterback if I were you, Bloop. Yes, I built Roman, so this was my guy that I drafted 2 seasons ago. He started for me for 1 season, and so I built him up a little bit. I don't know that you're winning many games with Gore, though. Super good backup. That's about it. I don't love Sonny, but he's super serviceable, and you'll probably be fine with him. You got Hyde, you got Boyd, you're great at receiver, and you're good at tight end. Isaiah's a stud. Cole's a stud. You're set at offensive line. I mean, you went out and did your work. That was a good pickup right there, Tunzel, for you. Well, that quarterback is not falling to you at 22. I would be shocked if that quarterback fell that far. You're good with Chase. You're good with Speaks. Why is this? Are you running a 3-4 or 4-3? What'd you go with? I think you swapped back to a 4-3, right? Ionias is fine. He's great. Very good linebackers all around. I really wanted Derek Copeland. Oh my God, I was so mad that you outbid me for him, and I just pulled my money because I needed. If I wasn't going to win, I needed to go after some other guys. I couldn't just let it ride and hope that he picked me. He's a good player. The one thing that scared me away from him, even though I faced him every single year, was his 82 speed, and I was going to have him covering tight ends. That scared me away. Cornerback, you're solid. You're good at cornerback. Cole Keys, stud. Duggar's fine. Yeah, I mean, you need a quarterback. Yeah, he got Copeland. Even though Copeland's 31 now, so he's lost a little something. But Blue, you went all in for the quarterback issue, and you thought you solved that several times, and so you gotta go figure that out pretty quickly. Let's look at the Eagles and Steelers and Rams, and then we'll call it a night. hate that I keep pressing that. Yeah, I'm going to try a new strategy. It probably won't work, but I'm going to try playing as my left outside linebacker and go between left, strong safety, free safety, and cornerback. Like, just kind of rotate in those areas. Yeah, Bloop needs a quarterback bad. He has done a really good job drafting the last few seasons. Carson Wentz, though, has been a struggle for him. He's really struggled with trying to build him and get him to play well. I just think he's got to continue to pour into him, and if he's not focus training him, he should be. He's good at running back with Sanders. He's good at receiver with Solomon. He's got Rieger over there. He could use a third receiver. He needs to invest one of those picks this year into a third receiver. I mean, this ain't going to cut it. Yeah, these guys ain't going to cut it. Most of those guys should be on the street. Yeah, you're going to have to do something for a quarterback, Bloop. You're in trouble. Wait, you let Watson go because of his real life stuff? Too much of a conscience. I don't love the age of his tight ends, but they're fine. Eagles. You got to invest in this offensive line. Eagles have to go offensive line. I know it ain't sexy, but he's had a lot of sexy drafts the last 3 years picking in the top 5. It's time to go offensive line. I don't love his linebackers, but you could get... no middle linebackers? This is not a good situation. He's good at cornerback. I don't love Slay with 86 speed, but you're fine at cornerback. Eagles. He's going to have to go linebacker. And then hopefully he can pick up a tackle or a guard in the second round. Who did I say? Eagles, Rams. What was the other team? Oh, Steelers. Stalker, who I think was originally drafted by the Rams, right? And traded over there. I don't love his running backs, but you can pick up a running back in the second, third, fourth round in this league and win with him. So he needs to invest one of those later picks in a running back. He's good at receiver. Ebron's old, but he's fine. Greg Little's fine. This guy's okay. That's serviceable. Nash is great. Castro great. Okafor, serviceable. You can get by with that offensive line. It's a good offensive line. Elam 88, Holiday 82. I mean, he's running a 3-4. It's probably fine. Daryl Thomas, stud. So there's definitely some linebacker issues on this team. He's definitely running a 3-4. He's going to have to invest into some linebackers. Yeah, linebacker's going to be my pick here. So he better hope... Why is everybody telling me Steelers? Did I say something crazy? What did I say? There's no telling. It's getting late. He better hope Spencer. Spencer would be a great pick there for him. Not super fast, but he's running a 3-4. Stick him out there and let him go rush the passer. Rhodes, I think we talked about earlier. Stick him out there to cover all day long. That would be my hope, that one of those two dudes fall to me in this draft. Oh, y'all were telling me what team that I was going to cover. Yeah, my bad. Let's look at the Rams. Of course, we know he's going quarterback. I mean, he's got to, right? There's no way you can not go quarterback. And this is the head scratching part for me, right? You trade away Donald, you trade away your quarterback to the Steelers, and like there's no real plan there. You had two quarterbacks. You know, you deal Goff. He's been through a zillion teams by now. Yeah, I got you guys on the normal delay just to see if that affected anything, which sucks a little bit, but as long as it keeps everything stable, I'm fine with a little bit of a delay. I don't love Drake. I don't love any of these running backs. I mean, Drake's fast, but what has our buddy done to this team? I mean, this guy's a good player, but yeah, Jarvis and Kupp are about 2 years past their prime. He's good with Higbee. No left tackle? Maybe you're bumping Marpet out there? Oh, I'm petrified for how bad this team's going to be. Oh, what's the plan here? I mean, maybe you're moving Weaver into center, moving Marpet out to left tackle, and then you're drafting some in this draft? That would be the best plan there. Bowser's fine, especially in a 4-3. These guys are serviceable. I mean, they're not sexy, but they're fine. Not super sexy at the defensive tackle on a 4-3. He's good. Good player there. Good linebackers. You're fine at cornerback. Probably too fine. You should have dealt some of these guys. Fine at safety. Yeah, the offense. Ooh. He's going to have to go quarterback. I mean, look, there are some free agents, and we can't look at them. There are plenty of free agents that he could at least get by with. But to me, he's got to go quarterback. If he doesn't go quarterback, like if you get Bloop, you might be doing him a favor by taking that quarterback. He could go get a quarterback in free agency that he doesn't have to build, that can play from day one, and maybe invest in some offensive line, because that offensive line, those wide receivers, the running back, that is not a good player. Oh, he took Kai Davis. I think that just shows my drafted, yeah. Yep, he took Kai Davis an hour after he was almost ready to pick. Kai Davis, he's out of here. I like that pick. He's not the 5'9" guy though, right? I think he's the bigger dude. He's the one that we all liked. There was some. Yeah, there's the 5'9" Xavier. Well, let's watch this live. Let's see who he picks. And then you got to tell us about him, Ross. We're all just going to sit here and wait on you. Yeah, that quarterback would be fine. But you got to do something, Blue. You know what you should do, Blue? You should hit up the Eagles. Or the Bears, maybe, but I don't know what you have. Unless you're willing to let some of those linebackers go. I don't see you stay. You can't stay at 22. And I mean, Let's just look at it. If you stick at 22, Zach Rush is really your only option. He's a rated a middle fourth that you're taking at 22 in the first. I don't like it. That throwing power is probably going to be 90. Accuracies are going to be in the mid to low 70s. Maybe he's a hidden dev, and maybe that helps. I'd be on the phone with the Eagles begging, send him some offensive line. Now, let's look at your team real quick while Ross is swapping over, because we did look at him, but not like I memorized everybody's teams. I wish we should do this stuff more often. This is fun, just talking with y'all about your teams. What would you have that you could send the Eagles? Are you running 4-3 or 3-4? I'd maybe dangle one of these guys out to him. It's a pretty big hit, but maybe you could dangle him out there. With, I mean, you're going to have to send other stuff, but... Free safety would be a place you could help him. Linebacker, clearly, he doesn't even have any middle linebackers. So maybe you can package, I don't know, 22 is a big drop. That's the thing. Like, those are always big drops. So I don't know what other picks you have. You don't even have your second because you sent it to me. That's right. I don't know that you have the firepower, Blue, unless you let go of one of those really good players that you have. You're in a pickle. So the Rams, though. The Rams have so many holes. But he's there and you're not, right? And so that gives him the firepower to go ahead and... It gives him the firepower to stick with what he's got. Right? And make the pick. Like, go ahead and take his quarterback. Who I think will be good. But I think like all these quarterbacks, like, they need a few weeks to get going. Right? Before they can really get rocking and rolling. Later this year, I'm going to build out my studio. And I cannot wait to do that. To have a place where all my stuff is set up all the time. In my own studio room. That's going to be nice. What you got, Ross? Again, there's a massive delay, so maybe I'm just now seeing this. Did I? What are you going with, bro? Wow. His overall's not sexy, but is he a hidden dev? Like, because if so, that's doable, bro. Tell us about him. He's the best offensive lineman in the draft. I mean, you're not touching any of these dudes. You're not touching that guy. I mean, he's by far the best offensive lineman in this draft. Give us some stats, and then that'll be our last thing to do. Let's see if Smash is up. It sucks that he's normal. All right, let me go look at the post that he just made. Oh wait, no, that's the Raiders. So the Raiders, hidden dev, that cornerback, 76 slot, 75 man, 72 zone, 91 speed, that's doable. 75 man coverage, 66 zone, that sucks. Can't see what the 74 is. Is that maybe play rec? I can't tell. 94 acceleration, 92 agility, 74 press, 61 tackle, 86 jump, 65 catch. I put it's snow instead of it's now. All right, as soon as Ross tells us who it is, it looks like we might get a run of a couple picks here. So instead of going to play PUBG, I may do it. All right, Ross, let's see what you got, buddy. I know it's not sexy, Ross, but I still think you got to take the best offensive lineman in this draft with your team, right? Your team, that was the whole. Again, I would have traded down. I would have got out of that if I could have. 73 runs, 76 blocks, 75 run block power, 73, 75 run block, 90 strength, perfect. 74 run block finesse, 69 run block power. Don't like that, but you'll have incentives, or you should. You could throw a couple incentive points in there. 82 lead block, that's nice. Maybe you even, I don't know what his speed and stuff is. Oh, here we go. 71 speed, that's really nice at right tackle. And he's going to give up sacks, all right tackles do, but that's going to save your bacon more than not having that 71 speed, 86 acceleration. Yeah, again, not sexy at 4, but it is the right pick. All right, let's see if Smash is making his pick. Again, I think it's the right pick, especially for your team. Jason's giving you a hard time, but I disagree. I think it's the right pick for your team. I mean, you got your quarterback, you've got your running back, you've got most of your offensive line. You just got to fill in those gaps, and if you weren't going to fill them in free agency. Again, I don't know your situation, so maybe money didn't allow you to fill it in free agency. I mean, what else are you going to go draft, right? That would be my argument at 4. Right? If we have multiple seasons, then maybe it's a different conversation. But one last season, make or break, go for it. You're not going to draft a receiver. You don't need it. For what? These guys can all run. Send him to me, though. You don't need a tight end. Your defense is good. Very, very good. Like, really good. It's gonna be a top 8 defensive line in the league. Your linebackers are all fast. I mean, you got like the super fast speed team here. You're not going to replace any of these guys or these backups. Reuben Foster, he should come to New Orleans. You're not going to replace these cornerbacks. So you're going to draft a cornerback at 4 to be your third or fourth guy? Arguably a free safety, but is a free safety going to be better than him? I don't know. Not going to be better than Landon Collins. Yeah, I still think it's the pick. It was the pick for your team. Yeah, I mean, either that or the route I went this year, and I took a chance. And the route I went this year is I knew I was going to be low on cap. I had to dump Armstead, just cap money. I wanted to deal Mike Thomas because he's eating up so much of my cap room. I think it's like $22 million or something for a receiver, which is stupid. Nobody even offered on Mike Thomas. I lied, maybe one guy, and I was like, I'm definitely not sending him to you. And so I had to cut Armstead, who was 33. And it was just like, all right, let's just bite the bullet. I don't want to let it go of Armstead. He did give up almost 10 sacks last year. So it's like, all right, he's on the decline. He regressed. Let's just get rid of him. But what I did is I went and filled all my needs in free agency. So I just went out and I just gobbled up as much as I could that filled all of my holes, including... Sorry, I'm trying to see if Smash is going to do this. I don't know if he is or isn't. I keep hitting the wrong stupid button. Yeah, I think he's talking about your guy. Who did I go out and pick up? So I've got no left tackle, but I'm thinking I'm going to bump Pete. I think I'm going to bump Pete out, and I picked up Lucas Nang. I think I'm going to bump him to left guard. It's not perfect. You know what I might do? This is probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to bump Caesar out with his 70 speed. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to bump Caesar out, move Nang over to right guard. And that way I've got my two fastest guys on the outside. And then I went out and got Hicks. Just because Stevenson hasn't been producing. And I was like, Hicks is going to bring in some playmaking ability. I mean, his 86 block shed is actually lower. But he's got the higher power moves and finesse moves, which is where Bobby struggles. He's smarter. All of the stuff, right? So those two are going to kind of battle it out. It's going to be, it'll be interesting to see what I can do. Oh, he's got his veto. Okay. But linebacker, right? I tried to fill linebacker with the guy that Bloop picked up, but I was able to get Devontae Taylor, right? He's going to add some speed. He can tackle. He can block shed. Well, I mean, that's got to go up, but I think he can cover. Yeah, 71 is plenty good enough. I'm probably going to move him to one of the outside linebacker spots. And I also picked up Kaiser White since I had to pull my money off of the guy that Bloop took. You can see I've been shooting for a linebacker for a while now, and I've been striking out every freaking time. I'm also thinking about taking Joe, keeping him at right outside linebacker and letting him start because he did play the first season and get a couple of sacks off the defensive line. But I think Kaiser gives me that coverage ability. Yeah, 77. So I'm probably going to move Kaiser to left. Thinking about moving or keeping Devon here, letting Shepard play with Devon, even though Freeman did play well for me last year, but I usered him, and then letting Batchy play right. Cornerbacks, I'm fine. I don't even think I looked at anybody here. And then safety is that's where I invest a lot of my money. but I've got 2 picks in the second, 1 in the third. So it opens it up for me, right? Clearly, I'm not going to go offensive lineman in the first because the best guy's already gone off the board. So I'm probably going to go linebacker here in the first, and then go offensive line with one of those seconds, and then it's just best player available after that. Yeah, I hope he plays better for me too. What's up, Trey? This was supposed to be a short stream, but then guys started picking. It's actually been a really fun stream. All right, I'm going to give Smash... Oh, no, look, he picked. So the Eagles, let me tell him. So Smash takes the left end, Matt Garland out of Mississippi State. Ross, that one hit for you, didn't it? I think that's exactly who you said he was going to pick. Gave him a lot of speed, a lot of athletic ability out there. I don't remember. I think that was a weak area for him. I think it was one of the few weak areas that we talked about. I mean, he needs offensive line, but you're not going to get a better offensive line right now. Yeah, I mean, that defensive end is going to be a plug-and-play left end right there. Yeah, I'd love to deal with you, Trey, but I never got an offer. He's got a lot of speed. A lot of guys with a lot of speed at outside linebacker. It's one thing about this Madden I don't love. All right, so the Eagles took middle linebacker Darren Mitchell. That's the shark guy at TCU. Jason. And then Chicago again, and then I think we can call it a night after that. Wow, so middle linebacker Darren Mitchell went over to the Eagles, he really has drafted super well the last couple of seasons. Hidden dev, so he's hidden dev right off the back. 89 speed, 89 tackle, 71 block shed, totally sucks. 83 hit power, 88 pursuit, 89 acceleration, 69 awareness, 79 strength. This dude is a stud. 76 overall. He's 76 run stopper, 74 field general, and 70 pass coverage. Hidden dev. That's not too bad. No, you're probably right. But I started thinking about it, and I was like, it's probably going to be for a second round pick. Do I want to put all this effort into a second round pick? Let's see if Clyde can make his pick. He said he's going to make it in a few. I need to clear everybody's stuff. All right, so the linebacker is left end, Matt Garland. He's a normal dev, 76 overall speed rusher, 71 run stopper, 69 power rusher. Let's see if he's got anything else on him. No, that's it. So 76 overall, not bad for the Chicago Bears. Normal dev is probably going to be expected. before I go to bed, I will clear. Actually, I'm going to do it in the morning. Maybe. But after looking at Bobby Stevenson, I forgot that I've done a good job building him up. I definitely not letting Caesar go. So that was definitely not a no-go. But I love picks. I'm a pick whore, to be honest with you. All right, Smash. What do we say for Smash? Anybody remember what I said for Smash? Not a lot of needs. Oh, it's running backs. I don't know that you go running back here. You might go defensive tackle. Is that what, oh no, you said linebacker. There's no way he's going linebacker. Ross. I think that's who said that. Yeah, the outside line. I don't see it. I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He's going linebacker. I think he's going linebacker. Elton Spencer is my pick. 6'2", 266 out of Alabama. He's not going to be fast though, and that seems to be what he's lacking. Could he go right in? He might go right in. And this guy's all going to be rated high, early first rounder, did number 1 in the bench press. I think he runs a 3.4. 285 is a little light, but he's going to have the strength. Deshaun Palmer would not shock me. Zimmerman, my picks are going to be Palmer, Spencer, Zimmerman. Palmer, Spencer, Zimmerman. Let's see who he takes. Whoa. Was that the second linebacker I looked at? I think it was. I can't look at him now. Duh. So Jerome Rhodes, UFC. It's going to take so long. I'm already tired. Tomorrow. That's what we can do that tomorrow on the pre-draft show, since we're doing so much right now. Back to Smash. All right, Smash is going to be the last one, and then I'm going to go do something. Let's see him, Jason. Let's look at week 1 games while Smash is making his pick. Biggest week 1 games right out of the gate. I haven't even looked at my schedule. It's probably going to be brutal. I hate that it puts me in the same freaking preseason schedule. Ooh. Like the Falcons always whip me, but I also can give him good games sometimes too. And his team is destroyed. I don't know if y'all have seen his team lately. It is in a bad place. These are 4 winnable games, and then it gets hard. Chargers, C. Murder's gonna be so hard. Rob, Maniac, who always kills me. Penguins. How did I get freaking Penguins on my? And then Mo. Oh my God, y'all, that's Murder's Row. That's freaking murders row. Chargers, Washington football team, Panthers, Chiefs, Giants, Panthers, Chiefs, Giants, Cowboys, Chiefs, Giants. What did I do to deserve that? Oh, that's brutal. That might be the toughest 3-game stretch anyone's ever had here. All right, let's look at week 1 games. We'll look at week 1 and 2, starting out early. Colts, Jets, that'll be a good one. I think the Jets are going to bounce back. Colts played pretty good last year. If Rob wouldn't have already given up on this Madden, I'd say this would be a really fun game, but I have a feeling Rob is done as done can get. Ooh, Bloop versus Ross. That'll be a great one. Roger, first game into the league, taking over those Texans, could give the Jaguars a run for his money. Something has happened. Nipples' life has changed. I know he lives in the States now, and so this team is just not what it used to be. His engagement's not what it used to be, but if it were, this would be a really fun game. This could be a good one. Pepper versus Trey. Panthers and Chiefs, even though Maniac is his own worst enemy. And so I think he's gonna get in his own head. He's gonna get in his own way. Oh, he took Bullard. He took that's the linebacker, right? Isn't it? Am I looking at this right? Oh, no, Dale's the cornerback. That's right. 6'1", 204 out of Kentucky. 74 man, 74 slot, 73 zone, but a normal dev, 74 overall. I gotta be honest. I don't see any games here that really stick out. That could be the game of the week. But again, I don't think Rob cares anymore. This is probably the game of the week if it happens. Let's look at week 2, and then we're gonna call it a night. Bears, Packers. Those two dudes literally hate each other. I'm interested to see what Roger does with his team. That could be a really good game. Okay. Dolphins, Colts could be a really good one. Chiefs and Bills. If Big Hurt's back in full blow, ready to go, Big Hurt he has been known to knock off some of the big wigs here. I'm not seeing some super sexy games here to start off the season. That could be a good one. Mo versus Maniac. Rob versus Dwayne. And then Tim versus Brady. Could be a couple good ones there. All right, I guess that's going to be it because I don't think the Rams are up. I don't know where he's at. But he needs a quarterback, and I think that's what you're going to see go here. So let me see. He says he's going to be on in 30 minutes. I'm not waiting 30 minutes for the pick. This is fun. Maybe we can do some more impromptu little shows like this. I think it might be a lot of fun to do that. So, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. This was a blast. I appreciate you guys hanging out so I could test some stuff. Lots of chat action. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me, talking some pre-draft. Tomorrow, 7:30 Central, we will come here with the pre-draft show. We will look at some more schedule. We'll talk about where we are. And then 8 o'clock sharp, the draft is going to start. I don't know who's going to be with me. I think Brady was supposed to be with me, but he had a family emergency. I don't know if that's going to keep him from joining me, but hopefully it's somebody. And I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try to give stories on as many players as I can, and I think it'll make it fun, interesting, and different. I've never watched many draft shows, but most don't have stories, and I think it'll be fun. We're going to try my, what's that called? Not impromptu, what's it called? Improv. I'm going to try my improv skills, and I think it should be fun. So, guys, I love you. Have a great rest of your night. I'm going to go play some baseball and then go to bed and get some rest for tomorrow. Until then, God bless you. Peace.